Hello everyone, it's DuckPlayer07. Today we are playing Tifa Lockhart ZOO. Tifa is a new card from Final Fantasy which says whenever a land you control enters, you double Tifa's power. And with Might of Alara and even just one land, not even a fetch, Tifa is already 12 power. That is huge, that can one-shot people. And not to mention, if you have fetch, just a single fetch and Might of Alara, make Tifa 24 power creature which one-shots opponent, and you can do that on turn 3. It's very simple, and you can also play around like damage based removal if you have double Might of Alara. So postboard you have stubborn denials as well to protect the Tifa combo, but often you can just wait for a good moment, and it's very easy to use Might of Alara well. You have deck has a lot of efficient creatures. Opponents have to tap out to get rid of them, and once they do, you will use Might of Alara. Sometimes it can be a bit risky, but such a powerful pump spell, it gets +5. It works so well in this zoo builds, and Tifa has trample on its own, so sometimes you can just pump it even without fetch. And Scion gives all our green creatures trample like Chocobo or Territorial Cow, so Might of Alara might get some lethal damage in those situations as well. Sometimes you will just save your Ragavan or whatever, but Might of Alara, all in all, just a very useful spell and very aggressive spell in a deck like this that can sometimes win you games even on turn 3. Okay, so we have a lot of green spells in this build, bunch of them. So we got 4 here, 9 more here, and we have 8 here. That's a lot of green spells. So in the sideboard we have Endurance and Force of Figure, 1 Sazh because we have a couple of Wrenn 6, and it's a good solution for Eugene's Labyrinths, Urza Sagas, and with Wrenn 6 you can sometimes really control those type of decks with a single Sazh. A Fire Magic for of course energy decks, and we got split between Consign and Stubborn Denial, both very important cards. Postboard. Okay, so that is it. Very simple deck, very simple sideboard, but very effective. I was impressed with Tifa. Tifa stole me, won a lot of games, and it's just very efficient in killing your opponent just in combination with Might of Alara and a single fetch. Okay, so also Chocobo, another league I played with Chocobo where Chocobo was just amazing. Unfortunately, I had Chocobo become 7-8 in one game against Prowess, and it basically soloed the entire game. I dealt all 20 damage with Chocobo. Unfortunately, I forgot to record that one, but we will see the other ones. And in the trophy match, I greedy kept like the game I lost. I greedy kept a one lander, and it was just not necessary. I just didn't feel like mulliganing in that situation because hand was otherwise so good. Okay, but I was very close to trophy. Opponent didn't have much, but yeah, the one lander killed me. The one lander keep kill me. Okay, so that is it. Before we go to the gameplay, let me remind you of Decktionary. You have the link down below in the video description. As always, base tier and zoo tiers are for zoo, Eldrazi tier, full Eldrazi guide, Eldrazi aggro guide version playing Line Breakers, of course. And I am preparing 2 new cyber guides coming out by the end of this week. The Cecil Zoo guide and the Chocobo Zoo guide, they will be right here in the base tier. So by the end of this week, of course, in the Zoo tier you get access to additional cyber guides like these 2 and the large articles on Zoo. And that's it. So we can now go to the gameplay and see how it went. I really liked both Chocobo and Tifa. They again overperformed both of these cards. Okay, so turn 2, I go pump my Chocobo. It's already 2-3, attacking for 2, and it will be super large as the game goes on. A lot of times it overgrows even a territorial cow. Okay, so this is like a 2 power creature on turn 2, but already 4 power creature on turn 3, and that is really strong. As the game goes on, Chocobo can and will, in a lot of situations, deal just huge amounts of damage. And opponent Totsis here, but they didn't actually Totsis me. They Totsis themselves to discard Oculus, and so they went down 2 with life, and they reanimated Oculus, which is obviously powerful turn 2 play. But yeah, I was okay with this. I attack with Kavu. They have to jump if they don't want to let 5 damage through. So I attack with a cow, I discard a card, my cow has a first strike, and I have Might of Alara. This is +5 to any creature, and thanks to the Scion, my creatures have trample, which just works very well. Okay, so opponent attacks with Oculus, and this was big mistake. They counted something badly, so yeah, not sure what they were thinking, but this was not a good idea to go for attack here. So I pump my Chocobo more, I go for a Ragavan dash and just attack with everything, and opponent has 1 removal to kill my Kavu, but I don't even need to play anything, I just have lethal here. Whatever my opponent does, they just didn't count well or didn't expect me to dash Ragavan. But it was pretty bad to attack with Oculus in that situation, so I just pump my Chocobo. I don't even need to use the Might of Alara. I didn't want to let them know I have that card in my deck, so I just killed them without doing anything. So Postboard, I don't think I need anything for this matchup. I could use Endurance. Maybe I should use Endurance, because they play Unearth, but it's not mandatory, and sometimes you can keep a deck as it is. Okay, so I go for a turn 1 Ragavan, but thanks to the leyline of the Guild Pact, I'm not wasting any of my landfall triggers. Okay, so I will still get all the landfall triggers for Chocobo, and I start with turn 1 Ragavan. Okay, so and the Wrenn 6 also helps make Chocobo and Tifa even better than they are. Okay, so I had a situation here where I could play the Scion, which was very tempting, but I decided to play the Chocobo first, and now if my opponent blocks the Ragavan, I can pump it with Might of Alara. If they don't block the Ragavan, I can play my Scion. Kind of a win-win situation here for me. So opponent discards Oculus, and after that I just pump my Ragavan. So I kill the frog. Okay, they have Oculus in the yard, they can unearth it, that is good. But after they do that, I'm planning on playing my Scion. Of course, it was a bit risky for me because I lost a window where I could play my Scion while they were tapped out. I definitely considered that. Okay, so I go -2 here, pump my Chocobo. It's now a 3/4 attacker. So I wanted to go for attack first, see if they will use any of their mana here, and they do. They killed Ragavan, didn't want to get hit by Ragavan. So now I play my Scion Draco again, resolve it. In response, my opponent fatal pushes my Chocobo, but now I have Scion combo on the field, and yeah, that's a pretty good situation. So I go for a Wrenn 6. Opponent has counterspell, but yeah, that doesn't really matter much in this situation. I go for a Ragavan dash, and yeah, my opponent plays like desperate move, sink into stupor my Ragavan. And I play Ragavan. Just after that, my opponent draws a card and concedes. So that was it. Let's go check out match 2. Okay, so in match 2, I started with Scion combo, also have a turn 1 Chocobo with double fetch, that is a 3/4 Chocobo already on turn 2. That is a big Chocobo, and now with Scion, it will be even larger, and my opponent didn't keep a good hand, and yeah, they just concede on turn 2. So again, it didn't know what I was playing against, since my opponent conceded after just playing Tamio. And I didn't want to board in anything. It could be like the Jeskai Ascendancy versions or the VV versions or whatever, but I didn't want to board in anything, just went with the starting 75. Okay, so I have Ragavan, I have Chocobo. I decide to start with Chocobo here. Chocobo is the more aggressive creature. And I could play around Bowmaster just, but they already like graveyarded one Bowmaster. So I thought like they probably want to play, they probably don't have another one, since those lists usually don't play much Bowmasters, usually just like 2. Okay, so I pump my Chocobo a bit here. I was able to go for a binding, but I decided to just go for KO this turn and pass the turn. I'm not expecting my opponent to play like Harbinger of the Seas, because they are 3-color. Okay, opponent now connects here and plays another Psychic Frog. This is just so perfect. This is just so perfect for my game plan here. Okay, I pump my Chocobo more. It's now a 3-4. Let's see if opponent attacks. If they don't, I'm okay. But if they do, it's just terrible situation for my opponent. So I go for Might of Alara, kill one of the frogs. And since my opponent discarded a couple of cards, now they are in Tribal Flames range. So I go Tribal Flames, another one, while keeping my Leyline Binding in case they play the Harbinger or Big Oculus or Murktide, whatever. Okay, opponent now goes for Fable. I'm okay with Fable. And play the land, attack for 4. Chocobo is huge here. And I have Tifa Lockhart on the field, so if I draw a land, that is already a lot of damage even without Might of Alara. Okay, opponent has Fable ability here, discards land and Flare of Denial. Two, let's say, bad cards in this situation. They play another Psychic Frog and Tamio. They are now on just 1 card in hand, and here is Fetch, which means my Tifa will be a 4-power creature even without Might of Alara. That is good news for me here. I immediately go for Surveil, grow my Chocobo more and Tifa, and I see Might of Alara on top. I like that, so I keep that on top and go for attack. I expect them to block Ragavan with Psychic Frog, so I first wait them to discard a card on Frog, and then I will use my Leyline Binding to take the Frog. They jump with Tamio, and I go in for some damage. That's okay situation for me. Since I have Might of Alara on top, I'm expecting to get the win. Next turn, my opponent only 1 card in hand, but they had Flame of Vainer into draw 2, into draw another land and the mystery card. Okay, so now they have mystery card in hand, and I go for attack. They have 2 blockers here. My opponent decides only to block Ragavan, nothing else, so I just go for Might of Alara on my Tifa, and that is the lethal. Okay, so quick wins here. Let's go check out match 3. Okay, unfortunately I didn't record game 1 of against Proves, but in game 1 I grow my Chocobo to, that was the game where I grow my Chocobo to 7-8, and the Chocobo basically soloed this game. It was amazing. Okay, opponent hits me here for a lot of damage, 10 damage, putting me down on 9 life, but now I just, in game 2, I play Scion Draco, and it just completely blocks my opponent plan. They can't do much here, and yeah, I go for I go for attack first, then I go for a Vrenin 6, try to ping a DRC, but they find Delirium in response. That's okay. I have Bolt here if they try to do something. They go for attack with everything. I block the slick shot since this is the creature that can do most damage. And here they go, a lot of damage here. And first they bolt phase, then they lava dart phase, pump there. They actually like went to kill their slick shot so I don't gain life. That was a good strategy, and they had one card in this situation, so just in case it's a lightning bolt, I bolt their Dragon Rage Channeler. And yeah, that was easy win. Another 2-0 here against Prowess. So it's time to play another match. Okay, this match I started off with Leyline Binding on the field and Leyline of the Guild Pact on the field and Scion combo, but yeah, I didn't expect. I was thinking, what deck could this be? Possibly. Like, I probably thought it's maybe like the Teamer Tamio, but instead it was Neoform, of course, and they went for turn 2 Neoform. And I thought I'm okay actually against turn 2 Neoform. I will just block. I will block their Galta and survive, but it was actually just exact lethal damage. And yeah, so I did not survive that, but if I untapped, I could binding. They also had Grizzlebrand, but if I untapped without Grizzlebrand, I could like binding there. So yeah, definitely they won there due to me not expecting them playing Neoform. That's of course how this deck usually wins. But in game 2 now I have to be more patient. So yeah, I could actually play. I could have played Tifa here, but I was trying to be as careful as possible. So I waited another turn to play Tifa here, and now I'm holding interaction. I have consign to memory and binding. So I paused it. If I played Tifa last turn, I would have killed here with Might of Alara, 24 damage. But I decided to wait a turn. My opponent goes for Neoform. Again, there is a Galta ability. Should have waited until they resolved the Summoner's Pact, but I thought like it probably doesn't matter. So because they have like 2 pacts, they also have to have Consign here to counter the pact triggers on the next turn. So I just binding their Galta, attack them with large Tifa, and they lose to the pact ability. So that was game 2. Same sideboard on game 3, very simple, just ley lines and Vrens out for all the 1 mana counters. Okay, so I decided to mulligan this one. I kept this one, 3 lands, Stubborn Denial and Kavu. I start with turn 1 Chocobo, and turn 3 I will have 2 creatures that will support my Stubborn Denial. That's actually cool thing about Chocobo, as Chocobo supports Stubborn Denial well. It can grow, and yeah, this here I had like Lush Portico instead of Elegant Parlor, but I think like Elegant Parlor is much better. So my opponent was impatient and they could not wait here for a turn to try to play around Stubborn Denial, but it would not matter because I would have 2 4-power creatures on the next turn, so my Stubborn Denial would have Ferocious. So it wouldn't matter, but yeah, here I just Stubborn Denial their Eldritch Evolution and got the win against against Neoform in this last game. And the game I lost, I play game 3. I kept a greedy 1-lander. I was on the play, had a super strong hand, and just like didn't feel like mulliganing, as hand was that good. And but opponent didn't have much, and I could have just got easy trophy if I was in another mood probably. Okay, so that is it. I really liked Tifa and Chocobo even more. Chocobo was amazing in all games. We played it, and it's even better here when you have Wrenn 6, but it's usually Wrenn 6 is not that necessary, but it plays so well with Tifa and the Chocobo. It's also like a decent card in Zoo, where it corrects your mana well, and it can play well with cards like Boseiju from the sideboard, stuff like that. Okay, so that is it. Thank you for watching. For the end, friendly reminder to click like, click subscribe, comment down below. How do you like Tifa in comparison to the Chocobo? Which one do you like more? What is your favorite new version of Zoo arising from Final Fantasy? So much options for Zoo after Final Fantasy, many good cards for the deck. Okay, so thank you for watching once again. That's all for today and goodbye.